I think when I was about 10, all I wanted in life was a dog. And we got this little fox terrier. And this little fox terrier was the light of my life. Unfortunately, he got knocked down by a car one day, and I was devastated. Well, our current dog, Gypsy, we got her in the pound, and a lovely dog. She gets on with all people, she gets on with all other dogs. To suddenly put her on a lead, or a leash, which is the term used by the corporation, a leash, of course, is something used to restrain an animal, not to lead an animal. And therefore she was being treated as a felon. So I needn't tell you, as a dog owner and a dog respecter, I belong to a nation which has the reputation of being kind to animals. And I think treating a dog by putting him on a leash at that stage is, in my book, cruelty.
Well, Susie is my greatest friend. I'm living on my own now, and she's like one of the family. And when she's with the children, she thinks she's a child herself. You just get used to having a dog, and you couldn't live without a dog. I think it's cruel to keep a dog on the lead all the time. They want to play, they want to sniff around, they want to swim. They just couldn't keep them on the lead. It's not natural.
My dog is called Hector, and he's a guide dog. They call him kind of Hector the Protector because he's very loyal. All my life, truthfully, was spent terrified of dogs. It took me a good year, I'd say, to totally get used to having a dog. I have to say it's the best thing I ever got. I let my dog off the lead, I was going to say my lead, the lead, in the park always, because he's really well trained, he's not going to do anything, and he walks near me. I'm watching him all the time because I have to be careful because I know how valuable he is as well to me, you know.
Well, dog owners have an obligation to ensure that their pets are able to fulfill their natural behaviours. What dogs have to do is spend time, free time, off the leash, sniffing in the bushes, going for a bit of a gamble, and then coming back to their owners. And if they can't do that, then they can't enjoy life in the way they're meant to do. And it's impossible for dog owners, if their dogs aren't ever allowed off the leash, they can't let their dogs exhibit those natural behaviours.
There's nothing offensive about Ruby at all. She's a family baby. It's totally unfair. And it doesn't make any sense. Because, I mean, there is definitely a problem with people not cleaning up after their dogs, with people who don't control their dogs. It's inconsiderate, selfish dog owners, basically. And what they're proposing doesn't do anything about that at all. All it's doing is penalising the responsible dog owners.
There has to be a happy medium. I think it's very important, you know, that dogs are under control. They're like children. They've got to have boundaries. But, you know, to say that the only way that you can have a dog under control is to have them on a leash it just goes against everything that we know about them and about their nature.
Part of the real joy of living in a country like Ireland is the freedom that we have. We have the freedom to walk in public areas where we want to go with our pets, with our dogs beside us. We have a responsibility to make sure those animals behave and don't bother anybody else. To me, to take that pleasure away from the animal and from the human, it just seems a big, big shame.
A dog is very important in my life. I couldn't imagine coming down on the beach without a dog. You know, we've been living in Killiney for 44 years, and the beach is a wonderful place to exercise a dog.
One of the great joys in her life is to run and to chase a ball or to run with the children. And I think it would be criminal not to allow her to do that.
I think she's agreeing with you there.
I think she is.